All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today as we launch CliniComply. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sherry Dalton. I'm the president of CliniComply, and CliniComply is sort of our dream child that we've put together for you. So several years ago, as COVID was sort of rounding out, as many of you know, we began to get hammered with new legislation, requiring agencies to have specific licensure or registration in order to place clinicians into the state. Our clients on the clinic sites came to us looking for assistance, wondering what states needed licensure, what states required registry, what was required, what was it called, how do you do the reporting, all of those things. And of course, we're always happy to oblige and help out our clients. The more and more agencies we worked with, though, the more challenging it became to keep track of these things, right? So not only were we helping our clients with it, but we were also managing it for a lot of our clients. And the endless Excel spreadsheets and Outlook reminders, a lot of the same things as I'm sure you guys are using right now is what we were using internally. And it just becomes a struggle, right? It could ultimately lead to, risk of errors, inefficient processes, serious consequences, like, your life-threatening emails from the state saying, if you don't get this document in the next 48 hours, you're going to get a $5,000 fine. So when we were acquired in January by LaborEdge, the first thing on our to-do list was to create something that agencies could use to help manage the state licensing. With our knowledge and the LaborEdge tech background, we were able to build out this CliniComply platform. So today I'm going to walk you through sort of a high-level overview and then what's ahead for CliniComply. And then I'll also log into the platform so you'll be able to see it from a client perspective. All right. Okay, so as a client, when you log in, this is what your screen is going to look like. It's really simple. I think it's really beautiful and pretty and easy to use, which I think is always important. We don't need to overcomplicate things if we can help it, right? The map on the left-hand side, just in the light green, shows you all of the states where some sort of licensure or registration is required specific to healthcare staffing companies. The dark green states are the states where you've added your license. So those are states that you're already licensed in. And then the pink states are states that maybe you held a license in that's now expired. And then you'll also see this due renewal box in these these orange little dots off to the right there. Those would indicate that you have a licensure that's coming up for renewal. We've included some really easy to use features. Sorry, let me back up. So anything that you see that's got a renewal coming up, you'll be automatically sent these email reminders. They'll send at the time appropriate for that state, right? So I know many of you are probably getting hammered by your MSPs. Your Washington license is set to expire in 6 months. Start working on that now. Well, we've set our reminders at the appropriate times, right? Like, so a lot of the licenses you can't even log in and renew until 90 days in advance, or some are even set at 60 days. So we've set all of our reminders at a time where it's appropriate for you to log in and renew the license or complete the paperwork and renew the license. We've also made it really easy to just add your licenses here. You can see, and I'll show you in the demo here in just a moment. Click on Add License. You add the state, your license number, the date it was issued, and then the date that it was expired. And all of our reminders and notifications are set to that expiration date that's in there. Or if it's perpetual, I know there's 1 or 2 states that are perpetual where there's no expiration listed. This is another view that you'll have from your vantage point. You'll be able to check out just the individual states that you have already listed. Here you can go in on the action column and make updates. So if you were to renew a license, you can go in, update the renewal number, update the issue date, update the expiration date, and then it'll drop to the bottom of the list. You can also go in for the expired items. If you decided to remove it altogether, that's fine. It goes into an inactive status, so it'll always be there should you decide to get licensed in that state in the future. Right now, the Tier 1 features are currently available for free. And we'll give you guys a nifty little QR code here at the end of this presentation where you can go and sign up. The features that are currently available are, obviously your self-service access to the platform, the expiration tracking, the automated reminders for renewals. And then we also just built, as of last week, automated reminders for reporting, which this is one of my favorite pieces. And I'll show you again from the admin side what that looks like. We'll be sending reminders, let's say for Illinois, for example, when the window is open to submit your quarterly reports, we'll send you an email on where to go, when it's due by, as well as some documents that you can use to help with that submission. Tier 2 is what we're actually working on right now, which includes all of the Tier 1 features, but it also includes a section where you can upload documents and store all of your supporting documents for that state. So for example, one of the things we noticed is with a lot of the states, you're just recompleting an application, resubmitting maybe some previous documents that you had submitted before. It's pretty easy to do renewals for the most part if you've got all of your documents ready to go in one place. So we've got this storage available for you where you can, add those documents. You'll be able to add copies of your licenses. In this section, we'll also have templates available. So if you're looking to get a new license in, let's say, Maryland, for example, and you have to put together all of the Maryland Comer policies, we've got templates for all of those that would be at your disposal as part of this Tier 2 feature. It'll also include contacts for the specific states and like a notes section. So if you wanted to just leave little notes for yourself, you'd be able to do that. And then finally, with our Tier 2, something that we're working on for later this year would be things like a scheduler. So agencies could set up meetings with Clinicite representatives like myself to help or assist with licenses. We'll be implementing our AI portion to help read and scan documents to easily tell you whether it's something that would be acceptable by the state or if it's something that needs to have changes made. And we'll also be able to create some really cool reporting features to be able to better track like turnaround times in some of the different states. I know that's one of the primary questions we got is like, how long is this going to take? And it just varies, right? Like we can get it done pretty quickly, but sometimes it varies on the states. Some states take 2 weeks, some states take 9 months. And we'd also want to build out this state audit sort of intel piece of it for those various states that do require those regular audits like Illinois, Minnesota, Kentucky. There's a few others, but we'll be writing out some features to help you better prepare for those audits so that when you do get that letter like, hey, you're being selected for this audit, please get your paperwork together. You'll already know what's required. It'll be easy for you to pull together and get some submitted over to the states. Finally, we're going to be offering our concierge service more widespread. Currently, we just offer it to Clinicite clients, but we'll be able to really handle and take on all of your licensing for you. So if this is just something that you don't want to deal with anymore, if you're a Tier 2 client, Clinicite will be able to take that off your plate. We'll be able to manage your licenses, manage your renewals, take care of the submissions for you. Really, the only thing that we can't do at this point in time still is the reporting, which I know is something you all would love to get rid of. It's a bit of a challenge at this point in time because it does require access to finances and payroll and invoicing and things like that. So that is our CliniComply. This is the QR code. If you want to go ahead and scan that, it'll take you to our site where you can sign up for free and start using the renewals and expirations. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and then jump into the live demo for you guys. Okay, so let me show you from the agency perspective first. So this is our test agencies. You can see again, you've got all of your light green states off there to the left. These are the states that require some sort of active license or registry. The dark green states are the states where you're registered, and the pink states are the states where your license is expired. Again, off to the right here, you'll see the little orange dots where you know a renewal is coming due. There's also a notifications feature here that you can go to, and it'll list any notifications that you have coming up. I've got quite a few in here because we've been doing some testing, but that'll be there for you when you hop in. We've got this really easy add feature. I'll just jump in and add one now. Let's do a fun one like Massachusetts, where you might have the Massachusetts temp agency license or the placement agency license. So you'll have the option to choose between the two here. You can see I've already got the temp agency license listed, so we'll just go ahead and select the placement agency license. We'll type test license in here. We'll say issued on June 25th. Typically, those placement agency licenses, I believe, are good for 2 years, so it populates that expiration in here, but you can easily come in and change it to a different date if you needed to. Go ahead and select save, and then it adds it to your list here. It does go in order of expiration. For me personally, that's just the easiest way to look at it because I know the ones that are at the top are the ones that require the most attention right off the bat. But we'll go back to our dashboard here, and you can see that it's been added here as well. We can go back to that managed states, managed licenses section, and you can see here again, it's just a different view of the licenses that you currently have uploaded into our system. If you have archived any, you'll be able to select that and see where they've been archived. I can even go in here and just say, let's say I don't want to deal with Illinois anymore, so I'm not going to bother renewing that license. We went ahead and deleted it. It doesn't actually delete it, it just moves it over here into this archived section again. So if you decide to reactivate it, you'll still have access to all of those features in the future. Let's say you've just renewed your Connecticut license. So we can go in here, we can update that it's been renewed. Let's say as of May 30th, and then we'll go ahead and change the expiration to 2026. Save, and then that automatically updates and it bumps you down here on the list. Give it just a minute to refresh and it'll remove that orange dot there for you. Let's see here. As I mentioned too, some of the states that require reporting, so if you've got a state like Illinois in here, or Connecticut or Massachusetts that requires reporting, your reporting email will be sent out to you guys automatically just to remind you to jump in and get that taken care of. Some of our tier 2 features that we're working on right now can be found in this section here where it says license applications. So this is where we're currently building out some of the document storage for the individual states and any items that you might be working on to complete those tasks to get that license in hand. Any questions on this before I jump into the admin side of things? You can go ahead and drop them there in the chat. I'll give you guys just a second. Okay, I'm going to keep moving along here then. Okay, so then this is the admin side. This is the side that we see on our side where we can set up and configure Things like we can work with our agencies individually through this platform. But this is where we spend a lot of our time. So I'll just sort of show you a high-level overview of oh gosh, some of the notifications that go out. If we look here in the renewal section, so you guys will receive an email like this that just says, hey, this is your state, this is your license, this is when it's expiring, it's time to start working on that. You'll also get one close to the time that it's coming due, or if it's already been expired, and I can just show you that here. So for all of these states, for the renewals, we've set up various email intervals based on the timeline it takes for you to get documents put together and then get them sent over to the state. So you won't just receive them randomly, 6 months in advance to start working on that. I also wanted to show you the reporting requirements. So I'll just use Illinois for an example because I know that that's always the most challenging. So if you currently hold a license in Illinois, you'll receive quarterly emails as a reminder to get your quarterly reports due. It has links to where to go, links to the requirements. It outlines the due dates. And then we've uploaded files over here just with some additional instructions. So if you're newer to the Illinois reporting, we've got some spreadsheets in there that are available to you to use. Some instructional step-by-step guides that are available there for you to use. Some are from the state directly, some are just from our experience that we put together to try and be helpful to our clients. And again, you'll get reminders for those notifications. The renewals, or I'm sorry, the reporting reminders are all set to go out at like 13, 15, 7, and 5. So you'll receive a handful of those before it's due. But that's our CliniComply platform. I'll just pause here and open it up for any questions for you guys, and I'll reshare my PowerPoint so you guys can use that QR code to get signed up. All right. Any questions for you guys? It's pretty simple to use, which was the purpose of getting this built out. That's correct, Marjorie. So all of our, anybody signing up today will be able to use the Tier 1 platform for free. Once Tier 2 releases, if you decide that you do want to upgrade, you'll be able to do so at that time. That's correct, yes. In order to upload documents, to have that sort of document saved feature, you'll have to upgrade to the Tier 2. We do, Shirley. So we belong to NATHO as well as a couple of other organizations. We try to keep up with the state laws as much as possible. We try to find our way to navigate through that, like I'm sure many of you guys do. For example, Kansas is no longer requiring licenses, but we've got to keep it in here for the time being for those agencies that do have that license active right now. But yeah, we do work through them as much as possible. Layla asked about the recording. Is that something you'll be able to share, Erica or Maddie?
We will have the recording on LaborEdge's website, and we can share it out via email and also probably post it on our LinkedIn. So it will get out to everyone.
Thank you. Oh, these allergies are a doozy this time of year, excuse me. All right. Well, we'll hang out here for a couple more minutes if you guys have any more questions that you want to drop. Otherwise, the team will send you out some follow-up to get signed up, some follow-up information, and of course, we're always here to help out. I appreciate